Hello everybody, Cho here and welcome back to another video. Now, it's been quite a long time since I last posted and there have been a lot of changes around the colonies. As you can probably guess, they are much larger. Well, most of them. Some of them are lower and almost dead. Well, I guess that we should start with my newest queen. I think she's a Formica. She just laid a few eggs. I think she's a Formica fusca, although her reddish legs make me think otherwise. I don't really know. Okay. Off to the next one is a queen that I unfortunately can say I don't think I featured her in any videos, but she won't be featured unless only this is the only time you'll get to see her, unfortunately. She is a Formica rufa, a wood ant queen. Yeah, I tried giving her some host workers. The two workers kinda killed the queen and then died off immediately. Yeah, sad thing. Next colony is a Formica fusca. Oh, which yeah, only the queen and two workers are alive. Everybody else died. I don't know why. They were alive yesterday. They were all alive. Okay. So far, only depressing sights. Unfortunately. Next one is another Formica. This time they are doing good. They have a lot more workers, but the queen stopped laying eggs, which is a bit concerning. I think she's laying the eggs in batches, and the time has not come for the next batch of eggs to be laid, I guess. Well, let's go to the next one. So far I have only showed you the least interesting ones because I thought that I should keep the best ones to the end. Now, here is another colony that I have acquired recently, but as you can see, most of the workers died. It's a Tetramorium, a second colony of Tetramorium. As you can see, a little workers are alive. Most of them died. Why do all of my ants die? I think I should probably release them I will probably release these guys. And the colony doesn't have, the queen hasn't laid any eggs, which means that the colony is not going to grow, unfortunately. With these I can't do much other than release them and hope that they will rehabilitate in the wild and produce a big enough colony in time so that they will be able to produce new queens. Now, these are my first ever Tetramorium colony. In the last video I posted, I attempted to move these guys in the plaster nest I made. Back then, the colony was small, but if you guys take a look now, they have exploded in population. Look at how many whitish ants there are. There are definitely about 100 of them inside. The queen's been really busy. I see that every single pupa closed at the same time because like 4 days ago there weren't this many workers. I think now this is a good time to move them inside the new setup. They sure require more food than they usually did require. Okay, now this is another nice one because this is another new colony. I have managed these guys. I found them under a rock. The colony was being raided by some Myrmica, and out of all that chaos, I managed to save about 20 workers and 2 queens with no brood. Well, now look at them. See that huge pile of brood? And can you see the queen? One of the queens, she's sitting right there. Now, I might be wrong, but I think that these are ghost ants. I might be wrong, I'm not saying they are. It's my first time. They are a pleasant colony to keep. They don't eat much, they don't try to escape. They really got used to this place. Now, as I told you, when I got them, they had no eggs, no larvae, no nothing. All the brood was made in the test tube, which is fascinating. Only 3 weeks of development and they already have pupa. Wow. Now, off to the next one, which I really have to move them into a larger setup. Like ASAP. When you saw them last time, they only had about 3 workers. Well, there are 3 workers. Prepare for shock. Another one. And look at that. Look at how much brood and how many workers there are. Like, holy cow. These guys grew in population a lot. I can't feed them anything without having at least 4 of them escape. And they still have pupa ready to be opened. The queen has sure been busy. I'm really curious to have these guys move in a dirt setup. So yeah, summer break is here, so I might actually post more often now. I had to take a break from YouTube because of the fact that exams were here and I had to keep studying and prepare for them. But exams are over. I just got the results. They are good. I passed both of my exams. Okay, I should really cover these guys up. And yeah, I might begin to post a lot more often. And now, I kept my favorite for the end. You guys recognize this test tube? This is my Myrmica rubra. Last time you saw them, they had only 2 week queens, and a few larvae. Well, get ready for a shocker, because as you can see from there, they have reached a whopping 10 workers. They have grown a lot, and I'm really happy. These guys are really challenging because when I try to open the test tube up to feed them something, they just swarm. They are instantly over at the door, ready to attack anything. I mean, you can't leave that test tube, the entry in the test tube, open for a few seconds. They will swarm. I'm going to leave you take a look at the nest for a few seconds while I'm bringing some honey in order to feed these fire ants. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me prepare the honey. You're going to not see too much for a few moments. Come on, run away from the... They're eating. I'm going to leave you watch the fire ants eating for a while. Then I'll close the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon.